And hello, good evening, good morning, no matter where you may be. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the CIA, the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, beaming into you from Buffalo, New York. And wow, a lot's happened in one quick month, right? But a lot has accelerated today for all of us, no matter where you may be, because today Mercury went station direct. Now, did anyone feel a shift today? I think even more to the point than the infamous Mercury station retrograde and direct is today's intensity. Are you feeling a little intense? Because the sun, illumination, is right next to Pluto, which means transformation, in the sign, of course, of Capricorn, which is the sign that we've all been negotiating since 2020, since 3 years ago during the Capricorn lineup. So, how was your day? To be honest with you, it was a little bit of a trying, difficult day, feeling I was plunging upwards a mountain that I couldn't get to the other side. Oh gosh, my problems are minuscule in terms of other people's, of course. But no matter what your issues may be, when you're in something, it's your issue, right? So my major appliances all seem to be breaking down. And I mean, I live near a laundromat, so I'll have some put some good time in there. But these are new appliances, relatively new. One's 2 years old, the dishwasher. The other one is 5 years old. And it makes me think about creative obsolescence rather. Let's see who's in the room. Good evening, my dear friends. Everyone's saying definitely intense. Okay, so the intensity of the Pluto Sun conjunction was falling in my house of home and infrastructure. I had a very dear friend come in all day. Oh my gosh. And he's incredibly gifted in terms of problem solving and fixing things in the real world. Don't you love those types of people? I mean, I sometimes ignore my physical surroundings, but I'm always so tuned into my emotional or internal surroundings, right? That's just me. But after spending hours and hours and hours and hours, it didn't work. It didn't work. So what's the mountain? What's the revelation? Well, maybe a 5-year-old appliance is obsolete and might need to be replaced. Well, that's going to take a little while before I go shopping. So again, I'll count my quarters and get over to the laundromat in the next couple of weeks. The point being, friends, where you find that Pluto-Sun conjunction, you may have been feeling a lot of intensity and a challenge somewhere in your chart. And we'll go through all that when we look at your charts. But we're also in what we call the balsamic cycle. We're counting down to the new moon, and that's on Saturday. That's the other thing we'll be talking about today. And so the new moon is always a new beginning. So I certainly hope you're all doing well in this seasonal shift as we go towards midwinter. And hi, Jojo and Rose. And thank you for sharing. I know a lot of you share automatically. Thank you, Claudette from New Brunswick and Linda. Hi, greetings, Valerie and Charlie from Stockholm. Lovely to see you this evening or this morning, wherever you may be. Hi, Angel. Intense for Patty and Barbie. And hello from Oregon. Hi, Angie. I'm tired out too. In fact, a dear friend noticed how exhausted I look. You know that saying, "Oh, you look a little tired," and then the Virgo in me gets real defensive and say, "Yeah, I know I look like you know what," but sometimes we do look tired. This is the tiring time of the cycle, friends. So if you are physically feeling depleted, no matter where you are, take heart. We're going to have a new moon and we'll perk ourselves up. And of course, that's also the welcoming of the year of the water rabbit, right? The Chinese New Year is on always the new moon in Aquarius. So a lot to look forward to this weekend. Hi there, Marianne and Sharon and Concetta. Hello, everybody. Good morning from Liberia. Wonderful to see you, James. Good evening. Thanks for sharing, dear Rosie. Oh, okay. I have a question. Do you use tarot along with this astrological transits? I do, Valerie. A little bit about my readings. I've been doing this now since 1987, readings for the public. And actually, uh, I started out doing tarot readings because in my household, I had a wild and wonderful Aquarian mom. So no, we play card games, and then we would play with our tarot. So I grew up with tarot, and I love it. And it's a very mystical divination tool. So when I read for people, I use the cards, tarot, and I always go back to um, the weight deck and the astrology and mediumship. So, again, you're listening to Cosmic Connections. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, and a very happy and proud member of the CIA team, Agent 56. So, if you're watching from that platform, welcome. If you're watching from another platform, welcome. And check out the CIA. On the beginning of our webcast, I put the website for the CIA, and all you have to do is sign up, and you'll get the wonderful quarterly Time Lords magazine. And it's a wonderful journal on astrological knowledge. So, whether you've been doing astrology for 40 years or 4 months, you can always learn. That's one of the most wonderful things about astrology, because our lives are ever evolving. The universe is ever evolving and unfolding, and we connect with this language. So that's my question of the week. Did you feel a shift today? And it wasn't not just the Mercury going direct, although it has been retrograde since the end of last year, the 29th of December. So theoretically, we should be getting more clarity in our thinking. Also, with what happened last Thursday when Mars went direct as well. So those combination of energies, some astrologers are saying, and I agree, it's as though 2023 really began maybe last Thursday or today, the new impulse to start over. So, thank you, Nancy. It's a very nice comment. You're noticing the Schumann resonance is really spiking too. Thank you, Casey. Yes, that's really interesting. There's so much truth in all these different amazing fields of study and endeavor. Feel free to add more about that, Casey, or even add a link where people can learn more about the Schumann resonance. Cold. Yes, Capricorn intensity, let cold. Your dryer go on YouTube, Melody? Fix it with a YouTube video. We're living in this amazing new age of there's help at every corner. The good for you. You're very resourceful, my dear Scorpio friend. Thank you for sharing, Paula. It's been a struggle. Understood, Mari. And that's just one parts of it. Susan, you came across my mind so strong today. What can I say? As a newish grandma, it feels like every moment of my life is taken up. It's a big luxury if I'm able to reach out to longtime friends like Susan, who I've known since I started doing astrology like 40 years ago. But anyway, hi, sweetheart from Florida. Hello, Mercury direct day. Oh, something else I did, which I was very proud of. I finally sent to the NCGR chapter my bio and my description of a class I'm doing in July. I had promised it to them back on the 26th of December, but I got a little distracted, like many of us did in Buffalo, New York. I don't want to make this all about Buffalo, but can I just share something for you, even to our friends in Liberia and Stockholm, Sweden, Buffalo, New York, right? Home of the Buffalo Bills. Please understand something. This town is crazy about their football team. You can't even drive down the street without every pizzeria, every clothing joint, every restaurant having Go Bills and so forth. And there's the fans are called the Buffalo Mafia. You're going to love this story, astrologers. You're going to love this story. I just found this out yesterday. Okay. So they call themselves the Buffalo Mafia. And really, there was some pundit, some journalist on, I think, Today's Show a couple of weeks ago said, his name will come to me in a minute. It's up there. Anyway, he said that Buffalo fans across the United States are really hypersensitive and hyper pumped for their team. It's incomparable. I mean, every city has its fan base, but Buffalo's a little bit over the top. And so this expression, Buffalo Mafia, historically came around in November of 2010. And it was by happenstance. A sports commentator used the expression and then went viral. And ever since, that's a long time, right? That's 2010, that's 13 years ago. So the fan base is called the Mafia. All right. Astrologers, listen to me. Listen to me. Buffalo, New York. That's a chart I use even for the Buffalo Bills. You can look it up. April 20th, 1832. I use 12 noon. The incorporation date of Buffalo, New York is a city. And there it is in blazing black and white on my astrology wheel. Buffalo's moon is 3 degrees of Capricorn. 3 degrees, 3 degrees. And in November of 2010, the planet Pluto, I call him the Godfather. I call him the archetype of the Godfather, right? Straight from the movie, The Godfather. That's Pluto in my mind. One aspect of Pluto, of course, or the volcano, but let's call him the Godfather. So Pluto is conjunct the North Node in November of 2010 at 3 degrees of Capricorn, sitting right there on the moon of Buffalo. By the way, the moon's in the 5th house. Where else would it be, right? The 5th house of sports. So anyway, I did a class on that last night. I just thought I would share that with you astrologers because you would get the amazing synchronicity of 3 degrees of Capricorn moon. And of course, if you're in Buffalo or around the United States, you've been seeing 3s everywhere because Damar Hamlin, the Buffalo Bills, who is now on his road to recovery after a cardiac incident on January 2nd, he wears the jersey of number 3 for the Buffalo Bills. And guess what, friends? More astrology. He's a 3-degree Aries. Can you believe it? Look it up. March 24th, 3 degrees of Aries, sun sign. Buffalo's moon sign is 3 degrees of Capricorn, a perfect little square. I got off on a tangent, but I wanted to impress upon you this Pluto thing because the Pluto was conjunct the sun today. And so again, hence intensity, hence a sense deep in our souls, because Pluto always works underground. That's why I call it the Godfather, because, organized crime works underneath the radar, right? So Pluto does that too. It works underneath the radar. So Pluto is digging up things where you find Capricorn, friends, where you find Capricorn. Let me bring the slides in here now. And it's saying to you, it's time. It's time to fill in the blanks. If it's in your home, you have to fix your appliances. In my case, really clean up the clutter. Maybe it's in your relationship house in the 7th house. Maybe you want to say to yourself, we got to make some changes in this love relationship, etc., etc. We have to do some changes, big, deep changes in our finances or our physicality or whatever, what floats your boat. Okay, let's take a look at the new moon in Aquarius. But before we do, let us look at today's intense energy. And Mercury went direct. I'm using Buffalo, New York time. Let's see if I can even see it on my screen here. It was early today, 8:12 in the morning. That was today. Mercury station direct. Ta-da! We should be making some easier decisions relative to Capricorn again, because of course Mercury's in Capricorn. Mercury went direct today, but it went station retrograde on the 29th of December. So all this time we've been reflecting and redoing and reconsidering some aspect of Capricorn again in our charts. The Pluto Sun conjunction of today is the Sabian symbol of a woman reading tea leaves. Tea leaves, your own form of divination. I like this image a lot because, we all can predict about tomorrow because what we do today is going to influence tomorrow. Well, that's common sense, right? But it's more than that. It's more than that. With this degree, if we're in a certain trajectory, we can change it up. Pluto is asking us to change the path or focus of our lives where we find this 28 degrees of Capricorn. And I see this symbol is like looking for clues, looking for the evidence, reading the tea leaves. We use that even in the expressions, right? Oh, are you reading the tea leaves? I don't necessarily mean that's a divination tool. We're just looking at signs and symbols. So this is a very good day for looking for signs and symbols and signals in our immediate environment. Okay, looking for clues. We're all going to be sleuths with this particular conjunction today. All right, what else is happening today? Did anyone feel a little out of the park, annoyed, irritated? Well, that Mars that just went direct last Thursday was opposite the moon, right about the time when we had this shift in Mercury. So, ouch, we may have been a little bit more touchy, irritated early this morning. Again, Eastern Standard Time. So that's another kind of focus of today's energy. Uranus is square Venus, some surprises, or at least maybe some distancing from the things and people that we love, a little bit of a setting back and not getting so immersed in emotion, becoming a little detached and objective. But I really like the Mercury going direct as it's trining the North Node. So we really are looking for clues, reading the tea leaves. We may be contemplating our future. What has to be done in the near future? What do you have to accomplish? So the Mercury is moving in conjunction with, not in a conjunction, but in a trine to the North Node, which is the future. So it's combining the future's energy with trying to set a foundation. All right. Oh, thank you, Lisa. That was fun. Very often I'm on... I have to give a plug to my ex, Tom Bowerly's show. I'm on there periodically as we can find it within our schedules. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be on a radio talk show host with your ex-husband. Number one, that we're friendly, but number two, he's not. He always says this, and it makes me so annoyed. I've known her for 40 years and she's good at what she does and she's a good astrologer, but I don't believe it. But he always comes to me for advice. All right. Astrological advice. Come on. He's a Pisces moon. So I just I never kiss and tell, but I will say this. You can look up his birthday. He's a Pisces moon. He has a lot of intuition himself. All right, friends. I hope you're having a good day. Let's take a look at our big story of today. The new moon in Aquarius, and that launches the wonderful aspect of, again, the Chinese New Year. The Sabian symbol is an unexpected thunderstorm. And, don't get too hung up on the thunderstorm part because the thunderstorms can be really fabulous, right? But there's an unexpected energy in the air as we start this new cycle in Aquarius. And, when something's unexpected and it catches the air stream, it's almost, we even call it in the digital age, going viral. So we might be clearing the air with this new moon on Saturday. We may be going through some new fads or moods or passions. And there is an air emphasis, of course. Aquarius is an air sign, and it's making a very loose grand trine to Mars and Ceres. Mars is action. Ceres is taking care of something, especially food and shelter and clothing. Ceres is a Earth Mother energy. So that's another aspect of this new moon. Saturn is conjunct Venus. So, love is determined by how much we are responsible to our loved one. Are we able to do for them? Are we able to be responsible to them? Can we do something tangible? Saturn is about responsibility, conjunct Venus. We don't want hearts and flowers and Hallmark cards. We want someone to help us fix the dryer. All right, let's do something tangible. And can we talk? So in our personal relationships, this is a good time to communicate. And that's going to level the playing field, whether or not we feel heard or listened to. I like this a lot. Black moon Lilith is opposite the new moon. There she is. There she is, 1 degree. There's the new moon, 1 degree. Black moon Lilith. Wow, she's a feisty, fearless character in our groupings of archetypal energies. Black moon Lilith is, I interpret her to mean a little Plutonian, right? But not with that much of a godfather power. She's a little sneakier. She's around the fringe. She gets a little angry at times. I thought it was really interesting that Black Moon Lilith is opposite the new moon this weekend with the new moon. And as we speak, the World Economic Forum is meeting and deciding what we all should be doing on this planet. Please, the age of states and countries have long disappeared. Well, just do your own research on the World Economic Forum. As we speak, they are meeting. All this energy with the new moon is forming a fixed grand square in the early degrees of Scorpio, Taurus, North Node, South Node, and Aquarius and Black Moon. So it's forming this tense combination of energy. And I think what it's asking of us, what in my life am I not willing to let go of? What in my life am I not willing to let go of? I don't want to let go of this. I'm going to hold on to this with all my heart. So that's a very interesting new cycle. It's going to trigger, I think, a need of ownership on some level. Could be an attitude. It could be, in my case, the dryer. In New York State, they're talking about, for example, getting rid of all natural gas powered appliances across the state by 2025. There's a lot of pushback about that. So these types of issues are coming to the fore with our new moon energy. What do I want to let go of? What don't I want to let go of? I mean, a fixed grand cross doesn't want to move an inch. So see where you're not movable at the new moon. Okay. Speaking about all this wonderful new moon stuff, I'm going to go through all of the energies for you, but let me write them out for you before I start talking to you. All right, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So if you are an Aries or Aries rising, this new moon energy is actually activating on Saturday and beyond. It's activating your need for friendship and your need for groups and associations. How are you intermingling with the community? Are you in need of new friends? Are you in need of some socializing? Are you in need of being frank and authentic and Aquarian with your associates? Aquarius loves honesty. So it's a very social time for the Aquarius. For Taurus, this is a great time to visualize and work through your goals for your career. What exactly do you want to do? What is your legacy? Maybe it's not a new job. Maybe it's how you want to be remembered and honored for your life's work. That's for our Taurus friends. For Gemini, it's all about expanding your message, speaking your truth, maybe learning or teaching, or maybe even traveling for our Gemini friends. For Cancer, this energy is asking you to take a very strong look, a long look at your finances and your long-term finances. How are you going to negotiate security in the future for yourself? For Leo or Leo rising, the focus is on your partner and the way you partner. And if you're not partnered in a significant relationship, you might want to visualize who you want to invite into your world. Who can you trust and will stand by you no matter what? For our Virgos or Virgo rising, the focus is on health. It's on healing. It's on taking care of yourself in a really a routine, disciplined manner. What things do you need to do to make yourself healthier? For Libra or Libra rising, this new moon is prompting you to play, prompting you to have a good time. Oh my goodness, I'm a Libra rising. That's right on for me because myself and some wonderful astrologers, I think it might be a little too late to join us, but we're going to be having a cruise next year, right? Reverend Dr. Patricia Bell, she's our cruise visionary. And Ann Ortley will be aboard ship, and Sam Reynolds and myself, and we'll be talking lots and lots of astrology and lots of healing. It's a cruise that leaves on Saturday, or I'm sorry, on Sunday, but it's at this new moon. So that's for all you Libras. You might not be going on a cruise, but you're going to have some fun, my dear Libra or Libra risers. Let yourself play. For Scorpio, it's all about your home and your family, and keep the healing aspects going. Become closer with your loved ones. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, this new moon energy is asking you to pay attention to your words, the way you communicate to others, and most importantly, the way you communicate to yourself. Get rid of, overly critical expressions, please, Sagittarius. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, it's all about your income, your self-esteem, making your money grow and change, and taking pride in what you do, Capricorn. Aquarius, happy second birthday, right? So at the new moon, whenever it falls in your particular time of the year, it's a time to celebrate as well. So maybe your birthday falls on the 21st. I don't know, but no matter where it falls in the sign of Aquarius, celebrate you, Aquarius, and be bold and be happy and be authentic. For Pisces or Pisces rising, your inner psyche is being stirred up by this new moon. You're saying to yourself, what's it all about? Is this worth it? Oh my gosh, I'm feeling like I don't know. Is there something more to life other than what meets the eye? So you're going through a spiritual soul searching with this new moon, Pisces. So be gentle with yourself and maybe rest up a little bit more. All right. So, okay. Really, Jojo? I've been out of touch sometimes. This is Jojo from New Zealand. She is stepping down. As far as I can see, I wasn't a big fan of her anyway. Oh, do tell. I will look that up, Jojo. I have to get more international stuff in here. Very interesting. I don't know what her chart is offhand. Thank you for sharing, Consetta. Hello, Stacy. Thank you for sharing, Carmen. Really appreciate that. Thank you. I love you love my necklace. Thank you. Looking out your window, Michael, and you can see Orion. Wow. Big love to you too, Michael from the UK. Hi, Stacy from Arkansas. Hi, Terry. Go Bills. Okay, can I just say one more thing? It's obnoxious, I know, right? Go Bills, go Bills, go Bills. People always ask me, what are the aspects? Again, when the season's over, I'm going to publish a Bills thing on my YouTube channel. It's bad luck to predict games as far as I can see, but I can tell when the Bills might work harder than others. I mean, last Sunday was a nail biter. It was really difficult. And yes, the moon was in Scorpio up against the Taurus sun. So it was really a tough game. All right, friends, we're going to, oh, you're welcome, Tony, Sister Moon. We're going to do some spiritual messages now, friends. And how this works, if you're new to this, I simply pray, connect with my right side of my brain, and then I give you little messages. And I always say this, but I mean this sincerely. I would love to give you all a message. We have obviously a time limit, and I also have boundaries because it's a different skill set. And, at some point I'll be reinventing and offering my psychic class using astrology. It's really fun. I've done that through CIA. I want to emphasize, go to the CIA to learn more about astrology. And if you're interested in the new moon, I'm having a class tomorrow night. It's Zoom, and I make it very personal. So all that information is on my website. You can join me tomorrow at 7 Eastern Standard Time for the new moon energy in Aquarius. Would love to have you. All right, dear God, please allow me to serve. Allow my words be filled with love, with light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. The first person I've gone to is Carmen Rivera. Oh, can you tell I'm tired, Carmen? But actually, when I'm tired, sometimes my psychic messages are better because I'm not as left brain. Carmen, as I'm tuning into your energy tonight, I would like to let you know that um, I'm getting the lower body of your body that I think you're working on strengthening your legs for some reason. And that whether it's just from an injury or something like this, but you're moving forward on a physical plane, my dear. And as you are moving forward, you're getting stronger in all resolve. I think I'm saying this or meaning this symbolically or metaphorically, that there's been, this sense of being emotionally in stasis, and then you're finally moving forward in your life at an emotional level. Like it's almost like grief or something like this was holding you back. You're doing one step at a time. But I also mean this physically, that you're working on your legs, you're working on your mobility in such a way that's going to strengthen you in time for the next I'm going to say not the next new moon, but the next solar eclipse. So by April 20th, Carmen, you're in a much better place than you have been. You feel like you've been spinning your wheels. I don't just mean this is Mercury retrograde, but emotionally, but physically and emotionally, there's a lot more healing going on. Does that make sense, Carmen? Okay. A couple more things for you, Carmen. I'm feeling a sisterly energy for you. And I say sisterly, so I'm not clear whether this is a biological sister. It could be a sister-in-law, it could be a stepsister, it could be a very good friend who is like a sister, who's coming in from spirit to give you a big hug. And she was a very conscientious person that would often be embarrassed if she couldn't please everybody. I don't know if she was a Libra, but I'm getting the Libra energy with this person who's in spirit, Carmen. And so she was so anxious and eager to please. And so the message from her to you is just be yourself. You don't have to please anybody. Accept yourself, because yourself is big enough and good enough and great enough. And she's giving you some heavenly self-esteem. That's your sister Angie. Okay. Thank you, Carmen. She's saying, honey, just go for it. I could spend all night talking to you about Angie, because she's such a wonderful ball of love and light, but she doesn't want you to make the mistake that she did, which is always putting other people first. She wants you to go first, Carmen. I leave that with God's blessings. Okay, I'm going to do another little message here for you beautiful people. And my thumb went to Carmen again, but I just gave you a message. Okay, and don't go away, because I'm going to also do a drawing tonight. Mary Russo, I'm with you, my dear. Mary Russo, as I'm in your energy, I'm getting Leo energy with you, Mary. I'm not saying you are a Leo, but I'm getting my spine wants to go straighter. My desire to be acknowledged and validated is getting stronger. And the word that's coming from spirit is that you're going to get credit where credit is due. You are overdue in receiving credit for some accomplishments, and it's going to come your way, because it's not from lack of trying here. It's just there's been a misconnection. This could be work. No, it's not work. It has to do with more your creativity. And you're a very funny person. I'm getting a lot of humor and laughter. And this is the year of joy for you. And one of the things I'd like to say to you, my dear, is that you have been working very diligently on recreating your environment, your home or new furnishings or something like this, and giving your creative and beautiful touch. And you're doing a great job. And there's some trinkets or mementos from a grandmother in spirit that she would like to have them displayed. I think it might be like more of a knick-knack than like a crystal chandelier or something like this. But you have this very good eye of putting things together. So it might just be a spring cleaning or a winter cleaning, however you want to put it, but it's going to go very well for you. But she's coming in because she also had this creative Leo-like laughter and exuberance, and inclusivity is the word I want to give to you as well. And I'll leave that with God's blessings. All right. Say hello to some more people here. And just big hugs to you all. Light and love to you, William. Hi, Patty. Thanks for being here, Ember. Thanks to all of you for being up. Hey, John and Bernadette. Okay. Yes, your spiritually medically healing is your spirit team helping. Absolutely, Bernadette. And one of the things I want to say for your medical healing is the word trust, and huge trusting the prayers, trusting the healing, and trusting your practitioners that are helping you. By the way, friends, let's talk about spirituality for one quick second. I could talk to you all night, but I gotta get up early and take care of my grandbaby for a little bit before I go off to see you, dear clients. This is the year when prayer and spiritual practices becomes more in alignment, more in vogue. You just wait. In mid-March of this year, Saturn, grumpy old man, discipline energy, moves into the sign of Pisces. First time in 30 years. So when we talk about prayer and evoking the God of our understanding, it's going to be a big deal. And I want to give you that prayer tonight, that everyone has gone through and still goes through. It's part of being our human experience, challenges and intensities, especially today. The intensity was being shown to you by Sun conjunct Pluto. So it's okay to bring out your old tools, your old prayer book, your old faith and your old trust, and connect with the God of your understanding. And do the spiritual practices. We're going to see lots of more examples of that in 2023 than we have had since 1994. Isn't that cool? In 1995. Anyway, I want to leave you on that note. I'm hoping to be back with you next week on Wednesday. I'm going to be on that healing cruise. If I can slip away for a little bit, if I have internet, I'll be with you. If not, I won't, and I'll send you a little message. But I will be sending a written in the stars for the week next week anyway. But for sure, God willing, there's never anything's completely sure, I'll be back in 2 weeks. Also, I would ask you for your prayers. Many of you know this beautiful woman who was one of my teachers and one of my dearest friends. Elaine Thomas made her transition last week. And I want to just give a big shout out to her in the ethers. And those of you who are in Western New York, you can connect with her family. There's a wake on Friday at the Larson Funeral Home in Fredonia. And you also can connect with her at the Larson Funeral Home online for condolence messages. She was a beloved teacher and friend. So with that note, dear friends, one more thing. You guys are so cool by sharing this. The winner of tonight's gift is Tracy Paul Novilla. Tracy Novilla. I'm going to send you an email or a message so we can get you your gift. All right. Thank you, friends. See you soon. Have a great new moon. Sit down and visualize what you would like to have happen for you wherever you find 1 degrees of Aquarius, and read the tea leaves. Good night. Big hugs. Many blessings.